What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, coach of the Milwaukee Meta Champs, and welcome to week 5 of the CMM Mudkip division, where this week we'll be taking on Common, coach of the Salt Lake Garganicle. Now, a fun fact about my opponent's team: they've got the most legendary Pokemon in this league. Whap! Yes, our opponent does in fact have the 20-point cost Mudkip on their team, alongside Sneasler, Rillaboom, Chi-Yu, a Metagross that can turn into a Steel, Water, or Fire type, Cyclizar, a Terra Alcremie that can turn into a Fairy, Steel, or Fighting type, Cantonian Zapdos, and finally a Chitonian Quillfish. Despite the fact that their team captain is a Mudkip and there's only 8 other Pokemon on this team, it's still an extremely terrifying team to take on. The synergy between Sneasler, Rillaboom, and Metagross is insane. Chi-Yu is an extremely terrifying nuke, Alcremie and Zapdos can be really annoying walls to break down, and Cyclizar and Quillfish are phenomenal at chipping things down and allowing mons like Sneasler and Metagross to sweep the game. We've got a very tough matchup ahead of us, so let's see what we're bringing. Our goal this week is just to continue applying pressure to my opponent's team, with Colossal and Vileplume applying status effects with their abilities and movesets, and Swampert being the best switch into Zapdos and Chi-Yu. I'm hoping the combination of the three will allow either Spectrier, Conkeldurr, or Choice Scarf VIKAVOLT to just go wild this game. If you'd like a more detailed team breakdown, then consider checking out my Ko-fi page, where you'll find 8-minute team breakdowns for all of my battles, as well as receive access to battles early if you become a member. Any support you're able to give is always immensely appreciated. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and head into the battle. Alrighty, let's freaking do this, baby! Woo boy! Super nervous, let's freaking go. Alrighty, let's see what my opponent has brought. Let's go! Oh man, they didn't bring Mudkip, that's crazy! Okay, I'm extremely glad not to see Alcremie or the Chi-Yu. Those two threats are very nice to not see here. Low-key, I think Volga is actually a very nice lead, because I can switch in several Pokemon against this mon. Do I just lead Volga? Yeah, I think I kind of want to lead Volga. Is there a reason I don't? You know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to lead Volga, weirdly enough. I think Volga might... No, actually, wait. Okay, hold on. I don't want to reveal Vikavolt's Scarf yet. I think, you know what? I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm going to lead Volga. That's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to reveal that Vikavolt is Choice Scarfed yet. So, that's the plan I'm gonna do. Good luck up onto my opponent, let's freaking do this. Alrighty, let's freaking go! Oh, that's a cute card. Heck yeah, the Garganicle, the Minecraft Pokemon. We love to see it, baby. Alright, so my opponent's gonna lead Bubblegum, which is gonna be Quillfish. Okay, that's probably... that's not ideal, for sure. But I think what I do here, we see the Intimidate, that's fine. I guess the question is, does Quillfish attack what's in front of them? And to be honest, I really don't think they do. I think they're gonna swap. I think they're gonna either go for the attack, or they're gonna go for a... I think they're either going to go for hazards, or they're gonna go for Flip Turn. I'm clicking Earth Power. We're going crazy, we're going crazy. It's kind of insane. Flip Turn does not even do half to me. Oh, they just see the hard swap, so it's not even Flip Turn, so they were definitely predicting a swap. We're gonna see Drift come in. Is that the Cyclizar? That is going to be Cyclizar. Okay. Let's see, I need to actually remember what, like, item this thing has. Okay, Cyclizar, that looks like Assault Vest. Is that Assault Vest? Yeah, that absolutely looks like AV. So, what do I think that this thing is going to have? This mon does get Aqua Tail. I also don't really feel like losing items yet. The only item I'm kind of okay with losing is the Assault Vest. So I think what I'm going to do... You know what? I'm going to stay and I'm going to click Rock Blast. This is kind of crazy. We're going to see the knockoff here. Hopefully we get the burn. That'd be amazing. Do we see the burn? We do not see the burn, unfortunately. We are just going to fire for raw Rock Blast. That's going to do a decent chunk of damage. Woo, a crit! We'll take that. Okay, unfortunately I only hit 2 times, but at least one of those times was a crit. I don't think you're gonna stay in. I think you're gonna swap. Quillfish could be the Pokemon that comes in. I think, you know what? I think I'm gonna Earth Power. I'm gonna Earth Power here. Draco. Okay, they just drop a Draco here, so that does a decent chunk of damage, but that's fine. I'm gonna click raw Earth Power here because I can and I want to. Boom! Alright, does a decent chunk of damage, and we get this Def drop as well. I'm going to go ahead and click Scald. I think you have to switch out, and I think there's a very good chance you go into Zapdos, and getting a Scald burn off is always nice, so I'm going to click this button. I think you have to swap here at this point, because I will start doing more and more damage to you, especially with another, like, Earth Power at -1, and you definitely don't want this Pokemon dead because of the knockoff capabilities. And if this thing gets burned, that's all good too. This thing is still going to take some chip. I'm also going for Scald just because of the fact that I think, even though I think Zapdos would be the swap, it still covers everything on my opponent's team. Even if, like, Rillaboom comes in or Sneasler comes in, it has the chance to burn. I guess maybe I could have gone for the Rock Blast, but I think Scald is better. So we are going to see the hard swap. What is going to come in here? We're going to see Bubblegum, so that's going to be Quillfish coming back in. So they're probably going to, like, go for the attack here if I had to guess. Intimidate, that's fine. I also forgot that my attack was lowered by this thing. Hopefully we get a burn. That'd be awesome. Do we get the burn? We do get the burn! Let's go! We love to see it, baby. see. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Hazards are gonna be annoying. So here's the next question I ask. Do I go aggro and go this thing? I do think this time you are going to stay in, so I'm going to go into trampoline here. All right, so we're going to send in trampoline. Hopefully we don't see a T-spikes. We're probably going to maybe see like taunt or something like that. Let's see. We're going to see raw flip turn. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's all good. So yeah, I did want to save Colossal just because Colossal was putting in a lot of work there. My guess is probably the Zapdos is going to come in. We could also see Metagross, which is something we have to keep in mind too. If we see Cyclizar, I immediately swap back into Colossal. If we see the Metagross, I will have to think about how I handle that. We're gonna see George. What is that going to be? Rillaboom. Okay. This scares me a little bit. What does this thing want to do to me? You could be no item acrobatics, but other than that, I mean, you could also just click raw knock. I think I'm gonna switch into Volga here. This is a bit risky. If we see high horsepower, that's gonna suck. But the reason I'm doing this is A, grassy terrain. B, I also don't want to lose the Covert Cloak on this mon because Sneasler's still alive. So we're gonna send in Volga. Let's go. All right, we are just gonna see raw U-turn. That is fine by me. Do we get another burn? We do not. That makes sense. On Fortnite. Now the question is, do we see Quillfish come back in? My opponent's taking a lot of time to think, which is very interesting. Maybe, I guess they're gonna send in Drift. That's gonna be Cyclizar. That's fine. I think what I do here, I'm just going to go ahead and just click the Rock Blast. Obviously, Metagross can come in, but this thing is not going to be able to deal too much damage to me anyways. I'm just going to click Rock Blast. If they go for Aqua Tail, they have to risk the burn. We are just going to see Raw Draco. That's going to do a chunk, but not too much, so that's good. And we're going to get a lot of damage off on this thing, hopefully. All right, we fire off our Rock Blast. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We get the maximum hit. That's amazing. All right, I definitely think they have to switch out here. I think what I do here, I go for Raw Flamethrower. Or honestly, I could just go for Raw Earth Power. If Zapdos comes in, that's fine at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Earth Power, actually. I punish Quillfish on switching. And they have to save this thing. I think they absolutely have to save Cyclizar. There's nothing that thing can do to KO me outright, so that is also good information to note. Yeah, we do see the hard swap here. I'm hoping Quillfish comes in. If it's Zapdos, that's okay. We're gonna see George. That's gonna be Boom, which is interesting. So yeah, this thing definitely has high horsepower, and they're probably clicking it next turn. We're gonna click Raw Earth Power. Imagine if I clicked Flamethrower there, dude. That would have been crazy. We do get this Def Drop. Again, I don't want to lose my item. I'm clicking Flamethrower. We are just gonna see Raw U-turn. Wow. Do we get another burn proc? No, we do not. That is unfortunate. But yeah, they keep thinking I'm gonna, like, let this thing go down. That's definitely not happening. So, we are gonna see Bubblegum, that Quillfish come back in. That makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and just click the Flamethrower button. We did get our attack lowered as well. We are gonna see the Raw Flamethrower. Bada bing, bada boom. That's fine by me. I think now I'm gonna go full aggro, and I'm going to switch into the Conkeldurr now, just so that way I can get burned, because there's nothing that this thing can do to me that's going to, like, really damage Conkeldurr. Yeah, I'm gonna go Big Top here. Just so that way, A, I can get the burn off. B, I'm okay with something knocking me off at that point because I'm already burned. The Flame Orb has done its use. All right, let's go Big Top, baby. We are gonna see the Raw Flip turn. That is fine by me. Does a decent chunk of damage. That is a crit, which is unfortunate for us, as every little bit of damage counts. But you know what? It's fine. We're gonna make do with it. We're gonna see Juicy Fruit. That's gonna be none other than the Zapdos. Okay, so I am Terra fighting. Every single time I just go into I Like Kip. There's absolutely nothing that this Zapdos can do to me to KO me, so I'm just going to go into my Assault Vest Kip. That's the main thing that I brought this mon for, so we're going to do this. We're going to see Raw Hurricane. That's going to do a decent chunk of damage. By a decent chunk, I mean not that much. We're probably going to see Rillaboom come in if I had to guess, so I think what I do here, I do want to click Knock. I will go ahead and click Knock here. I think that's a good play for me to make. So far, this has been a very intriguing game. This will probably reveal that we are AV. We are going to see the Raw U-turn here. We're probably going to see the Rillaboom come in if I had to guess. We're going to get some intel on that Rillaboom set, which is obviously very nice for us. We're going to see George of the jungle. All right, we also get the Grassy Surge back up, which is very nice. We're going to fire off our knockoff. Let's see what item this thing is. Boom. All right, what item are you? Tell me your secrets. You are protective pads. All right, so now you are at risk of getting burned by Colossal, which is very nice, I must say. Colossal time, baby! I do not care how obvious of a play this is. You cannot risk getting burned by Colossal, because if you get burned by Colossal, that you're, like, very much no longer a threat. And Quillfish has already been heavily neutered, which is amazing for us as well. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you never underestimate Colossal. Even if it's not Terra, you still do not want to underestimate it, because Colossal can just be a really big nuisance for your team to deal with. And this is why I love Colossal so much. We are going to switch out here, and then we're going to go into Colossal. Let's see if this thing goes for a knockoff or a U-turn or a grass move. We are going to see Raw Swords Dance, so that's very interesting. So we've seen SD, we've seen a couple other moves. We've seen U-turn. It has to have a grass move, but maybe it doesn't even have knockoff, which if it doesn't have knockoff, that's great. I'm just going to go ahead and go for a Flamethrower here. We are going to see a Raw Wood Hammer. That is going to take me out. I think there's a chance you could get burned from this, which I don't think happens, unfortunately, but now I just go ahead and switch into Vileplume for free. Or, low-key, what if I surprise this thing with with a Bug Buzz. Again, I don't want to risk Trampoline losing their item, and if we can get this thing off the field, that's amazing. So I kind of want to go Taser and just click Raw Bug Buzz. I'm going to let it count a little bit as I try to figure out what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and Taser now. If we can get this thing on a switch, that's absolutely amazing. We're going to click Bug Buzz. I guess not on a switch, but you get my point. Cyclozar could be the very easy swap here, but again, that's fine. They're definitely thinking about what they want to do. They might try to stay in and just KO me outright. Oh my gosh, let's go. This thing is dead. Perfect. Bada bing, bada boom. Rillaboom has gone down. Absolutely massive for my team. All right, we are going to see Juicy Fruit, which is going to be the Zapdos coming in at this point. That is completely fine by me. What I do is I go into Swampert. Alrighty, but now they know that I am in fact Scarfed, which is absolutely massive because now Volt Switch is extremely spammable now that the only resist to electric is gone. We are going to see Raw Hurricane here. That is fine by me. That's only going to do a little chunk of damage, and now I can just freely fire off a Flip Turn or a Knock. I do think there's a chance they stay in. I'm going to click Knock. They do go for the U-turn here. That is fine by me. We are at half HP now, so this thing is not going to be a switch in for Zapdos much longer, but that is something we have to keep in mind. Something here is losing its item, and it's going to be the Squillfish, so it's going to lose its Eviolite probably. All right, we are going to see the Raw Intimidate. That is fine by me. I click Knock Off, and this thing loses its Eviolite. Or no, it's Rocky Helmet. Okay, that makes sense. All right, just in case they opt to go for a Destiny Bond, I will Flip Turn. Slow Flip Turn into a Volt switching Vikavolt is looking very, very nice, I must say. We also know that Zapdos is not Scarfed, so that is good intel to know as well. We are going to just see Spikes. That's fine. Alright, we go for the Flip Turn here. Again, it's a bit unfortunate that the hazards are up because we do not have a way to remove them. Low key, if I do this, is there a way I lose? I go into mid-horse, because the Cyclozar is weakened enough to where I think I can just fire off a Nasty Plot and KO with a Draining Kiss. Alright, you're burned, so you will go down eventually. I'm just going to set up a raw Nasty Plot right here, right now. We are going to see the hard swap here as I click Nasty Plot. It's probably Cyclozar coming in. If I had to guess, it is going to be the Cyclozar. We know you're Assault Vest at this point. You are in range of a Draining Kiss unless you're literally max HP, max Def. I go for Nasty Plot here, and I just click Draining Kiss next turn. Draining Kiss. I might have burned this a bit too early. Hopefully not, though. All right, Spectre, come on, baby. I believe in you. Yes! Let's go. All right, massive for us. Let's freaking go. Cyclozar is dead, and we are at +3. All righty. Oh, this might be Spectre sweep time. Holy crap. Is mid-horse going to get a sweep? Quite possibly, as a matter of fact. Best case scenario is Quillfish comes in. Obviously, that's not going to happen. We're going to see Slinky, which is going to be the Sneasler. Okay, so I am willing to bet that you're either Scarfed or Focus Sashed. Do I care? No. I go for Shadow Ball here every single time. We are going to see that they are Scarfed. Does this KO? It does not! So therefore, Sneasler's also going to go down. We go down to our own Life Orb, but that is completely fine by me. Let's go. That's another KO. Biggest threat out of the way is this thing. Gone and out for the count. Alrighty, Spectre put in a lot of work. Honestly, mad respect to Spectre. I respect it. That Spectre literally just came in, claimed 2 lives, and that was that. So that is very impressive for us. T-Bolt Taser looks amazing for the rest of this game. I will go Taser here to see what my opponent wants to go into. Alright, so we're going to see Taser hit the field. We're going to see Juicy Fruit the Zapdos come in. That makes sense to me. Unfortunately, I don't think the Swampert is going to be that much use, so I will Volt Switch here on the off chance, and we should outspeed this thing, which is good unless it's like max speed, but I don't think it will be max speed. If it is max speed, then that'll give us intel, and that means Hurricane will never KO. We are going to fire off the raw Volt Switch, so we do reveal that we outspeed. Does a decent chunk of damage as well, so this thing is probably max HP if I had to guess. We go into I Like Kip here every single time. I Like Kip! Alrighty, do we see the KO with the Hurricane? We do see that they land the Hurricane, unfortunate for us, and that does not KO, actually. I accidentally went for Waterfall, but you know what? It's fine. I was going to let this thing die off anyways. We were probably going to see Quillfish come back in, which makes sense. Bada bing, bada boom. Professor X, oh no, that's Metagross. Probably on a possible knock. We are just going to get a heavy hit off with the Waterfall, which is obviously very nice. Alrighty, we're going to try to burn this thing's Terra. That is the goal. I click Waterfall to make sure that they don't burn the weakness policy. If we can get this thing chipped, then the rest of this battle looks very nice for us. Again, they do have to keep landing Hurricanes on Zapdos because electric moves against the rest of my team are just not good. So we are going to just see raw Iron Head. That is fine. Now the question is, what mon do I go into to handle the rest of this? I think I am going to go into Trampoline here. I will be scaring out the Terra, or they have to be scared of the Terra as well, I should say. We're gonna see that we are hurt by the spikes. I think what I do here, I'm going to go for a Stun Spore. The reason being is because if this thing is paralyzed, I think we should be able to outspeed with Conk. We outspeed with Conk if it is not max speed. So I think what I do here, yes, I think I do go for the Stun Spore. We are gonna see the hard swap, probably into Zap if I had to guess. Yeah, we are gonna see the hard swap into Zapdos as well, so we still haven't burned the Terra, which is good. Stun Spore, that's not gonna affect this thing, which is fine by me. Now, actually, do I Terrastalize with this thing? No, I don't think I do. I think I have to go for... I think I either have to go into Taser or I have to swap. I'm gonna go for Acid Spray, actually. I'm gonna go for an Acid Spray. We are going to see they land the Hurricane again, which is unfortunate. Do we live? We don't. Unfortunate. All right, so now I just go into... Actually, wait, low-key, hold on. Taser? I think Taser might be able to just win. Choice Guard VIKAVOLT spamming Thunderbolts, I think can just win the rest of the game for us. So I'm gonna just click Raw Thundy. We're gonna see Thunderbolt, bada bing, bada boom, does a decent chunk of damage, and by a decent chunk I mean a lot. We are just gonna see the Raw Roost, which is fine by me. I'm just gonna keep spamming Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt again. They also have to keep in mind they have to land their Hurricanes, and we could get a crit too. This is not going to be a possible 1v1 scenario for them. They have to play this very carefully. We are gonna fire off another Thunderbolt. Let's see how much damage it does. It does a lot. We are just gonna see that they're just gonna roost spam. Okay, they can roost spam all they want. I keep clicking Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt, bada bing, bada boom. Probably gonna see another roost if I had to guess. Yeah, they don't win this 1v1 because I'm getting rolls that are higher than 50%. And they don't have enough roosts to outlast my Thunderbolts as well. So that's another important thing to note. They have to go for a Hurricane and they have to hope they land. They have to hope they get the Confusion. And they have to hope we hit ourselves in Confusion. Which is a lot of RNG. That could absolutely possibly happen. But I don't care. Man, if only I was Terra Psychic on Conk, that would be amazing right about now. They could also sack Quillfish. They could also go into Metagross. There's a lot of things that they could do here. I'm very curious to see what they do. They are just going to keep trying to roost stall me, which makes sense. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm literally just going to keep clicking Thunderbolt in your face. I do not get punished by this. We are going to see that they swap. They're probably going to sack off Quillfish if I had to guess. They are going to sack off Quillfish here. Makes sense. Okay. All right, we are going to see the Raw Intimidate. I'm just, again, there's no reason for me not to keep spamming Thunderbolt. Quillfish does go down here. We're just going to keep spamming Thunderbolt. Again, zero reason for me not to at this point. Professor X, that's fine by me. All right, fire off the Thunderbolt again. We are going to see the Terra. Oh, okay, this thing is probably Terra Fire then, if I had to guess. It is Terra Fire, so they are going to fire off a very heavy hit against me, which is going to suck, probably. All right, we fire off our Thunderbolt. Let's see if this thing will KO me with a Terra Blast Fire. Oh, they get paralyzed, though. They get paralyzed. Okay. Yes! Let's go! All right. You know what? You landed all your Hurricanes. I do not care. Thunderbolt. Choice Guard VIKAVOLT really putting in that work. Let's go. Very well played by my opponent with the Terra Fire, Terra Blast, keeping that in the back. But unfortunately, we get the hacks that we need to win this game. Again, not complaining too much because they've literally missed all of their Hurricanes, which is something that I will keep talking about. Or they've landed all their Hurricanes, that's what I meant. Yeah, they've landed all their Hurricanes, so I'm okay with this outcome. We are probably going to just see they do land their Hurricane. It shouldn't KO me. Oh, it does with the crit. You know what? Fine. That is fine by me. I think at this point, I can KO with Conk with a Mach Punch. You know what? It does depend on the spread. It does depend on the spread. I think what I do, I Terrastalize. They could Drain Punch here, and if they do Drain Punch, that'll put it in range for me to just pick up the KO. So to punish a Roost, I'm going to click Drain Punch. We are going to burn our Terra. They also have to keep in mind, I could be Terra Steel, I could be Terra Psychic. I am Terra Fighting though, so this is a very close game. This is intense. Alrighty, the crit is very unfortunate, but again, is what it is. They do? Are you serious, bro? They've landed every single Hurricane. That makes me that makes me a bit angry that they've landed every single Hurricane. Oh well, Zapdos doesn't miss. We lose this game. Very unfortunate. That's a bit frustrating, I will say. They did land every single Hurricane, and they got the crit on VIKAVOLT as well. If they didn't get the crit on VIKAVOLT, then we won this game. Very unfortunate for us, but it is what it is. Again, you could complain about the hacks with Metagross, but again, I'm still gonna point that they've landed every single 70% accurate move. So, you know, it is what it is. We just lost the important coin flips, unfortunately. But again, it is what it is. I can't complain too much. This is still a very, very great game. I am sad. I'm a little bit of a spoiler. I'm on a losing streak right now. And I have another game later today. There's another thing that I've done as well. That'll be coming out probably sometime in March. I'm on a losing streak there too, so I'm on a losing streak right now, and I have another game later today. But hopefully we come out on top. It is what it is. GG's to my opponent. Also, shouts to my opponent for letting me know about the changes they made to their team. It still has not been updated on the dock yet, so the fact that they let me know is very honorable of them, so very, very happy about that. Thank you so much to them for that. But I will go ahead and wrap things up here. Thank you so much to everybody for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates!